Dark Spectre Design Works. We make Alrighty, let's start out with Jabba's Palace. I basically just used some 2-inch thick XPS pink foam from Home Depot for the base. I covered it in wood filler, sanded it down to give it some stony texture, carved out the lines. He's not quite done yet. I still need to get a vintage set for the little gargoyles in the front. I just haven't had the funds allocated yet to do that. It also comes with his little hookah thing. It'll be a little small, but I then used some real leather for his little pad and cut out the, I'm not sure what you would call it, armrest, backrest thing that's gold. I cut that out of some plastic, heat formed it, and then covered it in some foam clay to give it the proper shape. As far as Jabba goes, I just gave him a quick wash and then repainted a few areas here and there. Gave him some drool. Yeah, that's about it for him. For the Emperor's throne room, I just used 1/2-inch thick sheets of MDF, cut the size, stacked them up. I figured that would be the easiest way to give nice straight stairs. And then for the backdrop, I just designed it in Photoshop and then adhered it to a wood round I found at Hobby Store. And I just painted up the throne steps and base to kind of look like, I don't know what material they use, obviously. Steelish, concrete-ish, kind of. Yeah, and that's the Black Series that came with the throne. That's what inspired me to do this, so... For the Hoth display, once again I used some 2-inch thick XPS foam, added some putty on top to give it some texture, and then carved out the side just to kind of make it look like a piece of ice. For the snow, I covered it with Mod Podge. I don't know how you actually pronounce it. I think it's just Mod Podge. And then I used baking soda for the snow. First time I tried that, it was just looking for something that would look like snow, and it kind of worked. Painted it a light blue, and then did a heavy white wash over it. I also used some sand just to give it a little bit different texture. So it was just pure little granules of baking soda. I then covered it in a satin clear coat just to kind of lock all the baking soda in place, and it works really well. It's starting to turn a little yellow, so baking soda may not be the best option, but yeah, they do make snow flocking apparently, but I did not know that at the time, so... For the Tatooine scene, once again, 2-inch thick XPS foam, covered it with Mod Podge, real sand, and then the rocks are just rocks I found in the backyard. Gave it a heavy brown wash, and then dry brushed some yellows and tans over it. For the dewback, he was pretty great on his own, but he got a lot of scale texture, so I gave him a wash to bring that out. Some nail polish over the eyes, repainted the teeth, got his nails did, and just spruced up the Stormtrooper. The one he comes with has a black pauldron. I've always liked the orange, so repainted that and made him a little bit dirtier. For the speeder bikes, I found these little wooden display stands at the hobby store. For Enfys, I gave it a similar snow texture as I did for the Hoth display. I figured she was on a snow planet, so it made sense. And just used a steel rod to hold her up. I actually cut the little ball off of her stand that she comes with and just super glued it onto the end of that, so she's still a little bit posable. And then just gave her and the speeder bike a wash. The metal rod that's sticking out the side, you'll see, is actually, they kind of hang off the edge of the shelf. I thought it was kind of a cool look to make them float. It looks kind of goofy just as is, but you'll see after this that look pretty cool on the shelf itself. For the Endor speeder bike, I just used some fake plants I found, some mosses, stick from the yard, just kind of hobbled them together to make it look like a foresty backdrop. There's a rock in there too. So yeah, that's about it. If you don't mind, do the YouTube thing. I also recently started a Patreon. If you like what you see here and want to see the channel grow, have a couple extra bucks to throw away every month. Much appreciated, but no pressure. Thanks for watching. Have a fan-frickin-tastic day. Bye!